Hello and welcome back to Bluebird Lane Creations. My name's Tiffany and it's time to get creative. Thank you so much for joining me again for another Sample Book Sunday. I appreciate all my subscribers that have been interacting with me and growing with my channel. I want to thank a few new folks for subscribing. Tammy McCain, Zephyr Mom 67, and Shirley Jackson. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining. I want to remind everybody that I do have a giveaway going on right now. I'm running it up to the point of hitting my 1,000 subscribers, so please, if you're new and you didn't know about the giveaway, go on over there and check it out. I'm going to be picking 10 people to receive a gift. So I'll link that video in this video as well so that you can get to that easily. And I want as many people as possible to be able to participate. I love being able to give things away, and this is open to international, so anyone can participate. So we're back on Sample Book Sunday, and if you don't know about this book or what I did to save its little book life, you can circle back to the first video in the playlist for Sample Book Sunday, and I tell the story of this book and how it came to be. So today I'm just going to open it up. I had selected a page to work off of today, and I just found this really cute. This girl is out here sunning. This woman is out here sunning. She's got her little umbrella. These two back here probably gossiping, like, oh, she's about to nab the eligible bachelor in the county or whatever, and how can we catch his attention and steal him away? Just kidding. I don't know. I make up stories as I'm looking at these pictures. But anyway, we're going to build a pocket on here, and not just any pocket. We're going to do a hidden journal spot. So I thought this was going to be super fun. I was reading the comments on my giveaway, and one of the things I asked for the comments to be is something that you would like to see going forward. And I'm going to try to pull from those as I create things so that I'm giving you guys content that you want. So Janine Manson was one of the first to comment on my video, and she had asked for more hidden journal spots, and I thought that was a great idea. And so I started thinking about, how could I do that? What's going to be new and fun? And I'm probably not coming up with anything brand new, but this is my idea. It is something that I came up with, as I was thinking through this. So I've not seen this anywhere else, but I'm not really experienced in junk journaling. I have a card making background. So I doubt that this is going to be original, but it's original to me. So I am just going to be figuring it out as I go along here. I did want to also, out of this, do a little scrap busting. So I've got this scrap from finishing up my blue journal the other day. I used a piece of this. I've got some scraps. This was a map that I used some distress spray stains on, and it was a rolled up map that I had got from an estate sale. And I was just playing around with some of my colors to see what I could build, and I used the copper like mica spray on it, and so you can really see those little shiny bits on there. So I thought we'd use that. And we'll I'm going to use one of these ticket pockets that I had created in a previous video, some eyelash trim, some lace, and we're going to be, again, going back to our tabs dies. So this is what I've got on the plate for today. First, I am going to get our pocket going. So I think I can use my small trimmer for this. So I'm just going to set the book to the side, and let's see if I can I'm trying to figure out which side is square. So I'm just going to flip this upside down and cut this. We'll do, I think 6 inches is going to be good. Let me see here. So I'm just going to hold my thumb there. I just want to see where, oh yeah, we'll be good. So let's do 6 inches. All right. And then I want to clean up this edge here. So let's just, we know that that edge we just cut is straight. So let me just get that straight. Let me make sure all of these edges are straight now. That one's pretty straight, but let's just make sure. Just got a little sliver off there. Perfect. Okay. So we'll set the rest of this back in the scrap bin. I need to do more scrap busting because I'll tell you, my scraps are getting a little out of hand. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over. So I'm just going to grab my bone folder out, and I could use a scoreboard to crease this, you know, at 3 inches or whatever, and that would be fine. But we're just folding it the one time, and we're going to be putting some lace at the bottom here, so even if it's not exact, you won't be able to tell. So let me see here. I'm thinking I'm just trying to think things through. I was kind of thinking of whether I wanted to sew this, but I think I'm just going to do that without and see where we get on this. So I'm going to go ahead, because this is so textured and I am going to be using some lace and some eyelash trim. I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac for this pocket. So right now I'm going to just secure my edges down. Okay, so we'll get that, and we'll get this. Oh, I'm going to glue my lid in there is what's going to happen. Okay, we got that there, and let me get some on this side. And I'm just going to get this pressed down. This is going to be a fun one, I could tell. So probably should have got myself out a little wipe for my fingers. Having to put a weight on the top of my wipes because it doesn't want to stay shut. And I don't really want to waste a whole thing. Okay. So the general idea right now is that we will be able to create a journal card that will go in here. And now we've created this little hidden pocket at the bottom. Okay, so when we have it in our book, you'll be able to go in both directions. Just making sure this is getting good and sealed. And all right, is that grabbing? This might take longer to set up than I was hoping for, but that's okay. Let me just put a weight on here right now. So let's see what else we can do. I want to ink. So this was a little ticket pocket that I made. I just used a scrap piece here. I had the Tim Holtz tickets stamp set and die set, and I made them out of different colored papers that I had. So all of these tickets I made myself. I love that set if you're looking for a fun set to own. It's a really fun set. I'll link it in the description. And I think I'm just going to use my walnut stain here and go around these edges and just make sure that that's inked. Looks like I might have done a little bit already, but just want to make sure that we have some good coverage here. Okay. There's that. And then I want to take some of this, and I'm going to use my, so normally when we use our tear ruler, we're using this, but I'm actually going to try and use this other side. So I've got my straight edge that will go under my, my ticket item here, but I want a more ragged torn edge. So I'm just going to yank that off of there and see, because I think this will be fun. So we'll just have about that much, and I'll use my other side of my tear ruler too, because this is all going to go under the, so it won't matter what that is. Just want enough to kind of peek out of the side of this, like that. So I'm going to grab my art glitter glue, because that's just paper on paper, and we'll see. Okay, so about this much, and of course you're clogged. Why wouldn't you be? It's like it wants to see how I do under pressure, and it's like, I'm gonna clog on her this time. Okay, let's try this again. So I think I'm going right there. So just give myself a little line down here, and then all of this. And this is going to be more of an embellishment, so you guys can, you know, just try to match your own colors or themes, whatever you're after. You know, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing here. This is just an idea. Like I said, just using items that I've already made, things I don't have to purchase, and things that I could replenish myself, and also using my little scrap bin. So I'm just going to secure that on here. And actually I'm going to peel this up just a little bit, because I meant to put a little thing of eyelash trim under there. Let's see if I can get that in. Grab my scissors. So I'm just gonna go back in here, and I'm gonna put a good deal of glue down here to grab this. So there's a good amount there, and I'm going to try to get my trim going the same direction, so it's kind of coming out. And I'm just gonna lay that in there and then come over so that this is sticking out a bit. And I'll just get the excess. Perfect. Now that glue will dry clear, so I'm not really worried about you know, it oozing out right there. But I am going to kind of hold this until it grips. And art glitter glue grips very quickly, so it's not going to take a long time for this to, I think with the Fabri-Tac it might have taken a bit longer. That's why I decided to do this instead. That just gives a little bit of extra texture to it. Okay, let's see how this pocket's doing. Okay, I think we're pretty good there, so I'm just going to scooch all this mess to the side. Put my pin back in my glue before I forget. Alright, get some of that glue off my fingers. And let's think about how we're going to do this. So I may put this down with our glitter glue just because I want it to, the page is kind of curved and it's going to pop up. So unless I'm going to sit here and hold it for a really long time, I think the art glitter glue is going to grip the fastest. But before I do that, okay, here's where, this is the little tricky, this is what I wanted to do that's kind of different. So I'm going to use this little tab, and I'm going to take some of our excess paper and just cut off enough to make a few of these. I'm going to make 3, I think. And that's more than enough. I'm going to get my little sidekick out here. Sorry about that. I should have had the plates out, but let me grab those. Okay. So I'm going to cut 3 of these out and just do a couple little sheets of that. I'll run these through. And I'm gonna need my little pokey tool to get these out of there. You can use the tip of your tweezers, or whatever you have. All right. Boy, this paper really wants to stick to the plate. It's not wanting to come up. And one more. And I'm just saving the scraps on these because they are so pretty. They'll look fine as a small addition to any kind of collaging. So I'm just keeping them in my little scrap pile over here. So I'll just put this die back. Tuck this away for now. Okay, so before I put this down, I want to, I'm going to put these tabs on the bottom of the pocket. Now I'm not going to be showing a whole bunch of it. I'm going to put them about like that. And the lace is actually going to cover this up a bit. So I just want to see, if I put my lace right at the bottom, how far is it going to cover? Because we do want them kind of covered. So actually, yeah, we don't even have to tuck them in that far. So, okay, awesome. Let's get some art glitter glue out and let's get these tabs put on. And you're going to want to put glue all over these. And I'm going to put, so the one for our journal card is going to be, we'll make it off to one side. That'll be trickier. Okay, so let's put this one center-ish. It's probably not, I didn't measure it out, so we're winging it here. Well, that gripped really fast, so there was like 0 movement time on that. And then we'll put one down over here, and we'll have one over here that's going to be part of our journal card. So let me fold this one in half. Yeah. All right. Put this guy I'm just trying to open my, I could have done this probably before I glued it down, but you know, I like to make things hard sometimes. All right, so we'll put this one there. So when you're looking at this pocket, let me put my glue up for now. When you're looking at this pocket, it's going to have the lace. We're going to glue this on as kind of a skirt to this. Now you're going to see these, but they're going to look like decoration, and you're going to think, oh, the pole. You're going to try to tug on these, and nothing's going to come. But you're going to know this one is going to come out. So we're going to save that for just a moment. And let me think here. Okay, this can get glued down now. We don't need to attach anything else on this where I'd need to have it off of the page. So now you want to make sure you do this correctly. Your opening is going to be towards the bottom, and your pocket needs to be here too. You need to have a pocket here too. So think of this as your top. You're going to roll that over, and you're going to glue all of this. So 3 sides we're going to put glue on to get this stuck down in the book. And I'm going to get a healthy amount because this is textured. So all right, let's get this put in our book. And just pressing that down so that it grips. You might have some glue that comes out, and it's going to dry clear, so it's not a big deal. And I'm going to put this other book under here. Just I'm putting a book under the side just to hold it up a little bit so it doesn't pull the spine down as far, and then this will lay a little flatter while we kind of decorate that up. So let's see, do I have something thick enough to be a kind of a journal card for this? Let me see what I have on hand over here. This could work. Let me cut this down a bit. Well, I kind of want something that's big enough for both pieces to be out of the same thing. Okay, I've got a different idea. What if we use a little bit of this, but then we we'll stick something to the back of it. Let me think here. Okay. I'm gonna just cut this down. Actually, this has a tear in it. Okay. Plan B. I've got some nap here. We're just gonna, pardon me while I have a make it work moment. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this like that. Oops. These are, where's my ruler? So our pocket is about I would say 3.5 is about the most. So maybe we'll do just a hair under that. So there's 3.5. Let's go, I'm gonna go 3 3/8 on that one. And then we'll do the same for the other. I think what I'm going to be doing is some collaging on this to make it thicker. So just bear with me a little bit here. And we need to cut it down a bit here too. So I'm going to cut it at 5.5. Actually, I'm going to do 5.25 because I'm not sure how far the glue is going to come. So let me think here. That's not a straight edge. Just trying to find my straight edges, and that's definitely one. So what did we say on this one? It was 5.25. Okay. Then we can come along and we'll just attach some journaling space. So this was just a paper bag that I was, well, actually it was some packaging that I was using. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this down to it to give it something. I don't know if that's going to be thick enough though. This map is really thin and it's old, so I don't want it to fold. Oh, how about this? Do we have enough? I have to go this way. I have some more. Okay, I've got a couple pieces of this. So, okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do that. So let me just get some glue all over this. This will allow us to have some thick journaling card space. And by thick, I just mean I don't want it to buckle, or, I just want it to be a substantial piece on its own. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the corner. See, the edges of the maps already tearing a bit. So there's that one. Just come in and use some of this one too. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Sundays tend to be my stay at home in my pajamas and rest, catch up on laundry, maybe film. Now that I've been doing YouTube, that's got to work into the schedule somewhere too, and I'm still working out all the technical parts of that so that I can maximize my time. It's definitely a balancing act to have all your normal life things and then also try to plan and film for a YouTube channel. But I'm really loving it. My husband's been super supportive, so that's made it quite a bit easier. Now, before I cut these out of here, I'm going to I think I'm going to utilize some of this, and we'll just put a little on each. It's just gonna layer up our card a little and not have it such a plain piece. So let's see, we'll put that one on. Yeah. I really like how this map turned out. I have made these in a few different colors because I like it so much. Definitely if I find a rolled up map at an estate sale again, I will be grabbing that. And is there anything else? Let's see. Maybe do we want a little piece of this on there? Let's see how this tears with the tearing ruler, and then we'll decide if that's, we'll do the chunky side. Oh, boy, that's hard. That was a struggle. Okay, that was a struggle, but we're gonna make it work here. Let's see. See if we can just kind of stick it on right there. I love the texture in this paper. I'm not sure if I got this from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or where, but I mean, it has to be either Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or Joann's, because those are the only places around here where I would get single pieces of paper like this. Let's find another bit we can do right here. You really have to kind of give it all you got. Good thing I got so many muscles. Everybody I know is laughing at me because I don't. I am like an arm weakling. Now, legs, I got some muscles in my legs, but arms, not as much. Why I am a paper crafter and not a woodworker or something that requires more arm strength. But I talk a big game, so I could fool somebody for a few minutes until it actually went down, and then, you know, then the truth would be known. Okay, we've got these good and stuck down. Let's pin the glue for now. I might want to make one more tab, but let's see. We'll see how this works out. Let me get these cut out of here, and I'm just going to cut along. These don't have to be perfect, so I'm not even going to bring out my trimmer. I'm just trimming those down. So we've got that journal card. And that one. I'm saving these because they have this coffee paper, so even though there's pieces on it, I'll still use it to collage. Okay, so we've got journaling space on the back. And these are not quite dry yet, so I might, after we're done here, I might need to set them up, you know, with something laying on them just to make sure that they dry flat. But for right now, I think, well, if I could get my tab off the table, good Lord. I'm going to, I want to see as this goes in here. So this will be our bottom pocket here. Let's see if we might need to trim this down a little bit more for this bottom one. kind of feeling out how much space it has. Okay. Okay, so it's going to go in there flush, which is awesome, because I know that if I put this on the same way I did these other two, then ideally that's going to go somewhere about right there. Okay. Let's get some glue on this baby. Okay. Now I'm just going to kind of lay this where I believe it's sitting in the pocket, and I'm kind of spacing, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of spacing where I think it might go. And then I'm going to get this straightened out on there. All right. Now, I'm going to bring out my walnut stain. I am going to go ahead and, I should have inked around it before I put this tab on, but we'll make it work. Yeah, we'll ink around both sides. It's a little bit hard to do when the ink is still you know, wet, because the card's wanting to kind of bend on me. It's easier when it's finished drawing, but I'm just going to stick it under this book for a minute while I do the other. I'll go ahead and get the back of this one. Coffee staining really does a lot for that already, but just want to give it a little around the edges because we've got two pieces stuck together. And I'm kind of thinking, like, I know eventually I've got to stop, right? But just kind of thinking, like, do I want a little, just a little corner piece? Just something on there? I feel like I do. I feel like it's too blank without it. Alright, just gives a little something on that side. Let's switch that one and this one out. So I still have to distress the back of this guy. Okay. Put our distress ink away. Let's get a little piece of this. Let's see. Kind of going the direction of the map on this one, so we'll just tear this to there. If I put it in the bottom corner, it's going to be upside down, so we will make it work and put it up here. I think that just gives something extra. I mean, you can still journal on here, but it just brings something nice to it. Oh, we've got a corner that's not stuck down. Okay. Let's get moving on this. So I'm going to leave my two pieces to kind of sit under the books and get flat. while we decorate just a little bit. So the first thing is I want to get a piece of lace the length of this, which I think is going to be right there. And let me get rid of some of these scraps that are laying around so my desk doesn't look so messy. I can put some of my lace to the side, get rid of this. All right. Just doing a little cleanup here. I'm going to want a piece of this, the same length of this as well. So that's going to be right about there. And that can go to the put away pile. Now, I need to, real quick, make a decision on cutting another one of these, and I think I'm going to, since just want to cut one more little tab out for the top, One of these days, when I'm rich and famous, I am going to get a chair that doesn't squeak. Until then, we're just, we're gonna listen to all the creaks of this chair together. Okay. Let's get this guy folded. We'll do this one last, so I'm just gonna set it up here. All right, let's get this guy on first, I think. So let's get some glue on the back. I'm just going to use our glitter glue. This is all paper, so, and it's all going down, so I want it even on the little map edges. So I thought these tickets, I mean, I know that they're kind of lounging in their, probably just their garden, but it kind of took me as like maybe they're at the fair or some sort of little social gathering, and so maybe there'd be tickets involved. That's what my frame of mind was when I was looking at my stash for an embellishment. I'll just get this all stuck down. And you know, if you wanted to, like, you could even do another hidden pocket right here. Like, you could have left another opening on this side. I didn't really think about it till just now. Sometimes, you know, we're in the middle of doing something when an idea occurs, but I think this would have been cool to have a little opening here and, you know, the ability to put something in. That's okay. You guys can when you're making it, you can come up with a plan for that if that's appealing. Now, all right, I'm going to put a little Fabri-Tac along the bottom here. And I'm wondering, I'm probably not going to be able to keep these out, so I'm just going to let those do what they want to do, truly. Come on. What's the clog here? Okay, I think we got it. Okay. And I'm just going to lay this right in that Fabri-Tac. Just tapping it down in its permanent home. The lace is going to go over that, so it's not a big deal if it's not straight, or because we're going to put this over it. This is just giving it something a little extra. I think my original intention was that it was that these things were going to be going upward, so I'm just seeing if I can fix that or not. Okay, hold on. We're going to redo this piece of eyelash trim. I had a vision, and I think that if we put it at the bottom, it's going to get in the way of pulling these out, so bear with me here. Let's see if we can get another little strip of this. Where's the end? Okay. All right, let's redo this. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me through the struggles and mistakes. I do appreciate it. I know we all make mistakes, but you know, I try to have a plan for when I get on here. It just may not always look like it, but I usually take about half an hour to an hour to prepare and get all my stuff out, so I don't have to get up, you know, while I'm doing this. But even still, it's just hard sometimes. Okay. Just gonna try to get these to fall the right direction. I think once we put the lace on top, it's going to push it right where we want it to go, so I'm not super worried about this little middle section. Wants to make up its own mind. And then I'm just going to come in and put Fabri-Tac kind of on and under the orange. I'm like following the orange, and I'm just letting it fall to the underneath. Okay. Then we will put this guy right on top of that. Now, got on the wrong side of the yarn, so it's a little bit. Okay. Glue all over myself. Little glue strings. Looks like the glue spider has been all over my desk again. Does anybody else have a huge fear of spiders? I do. I think about them all the time because that's how scared I am of spiders. Okay. There is glue everywhere. All right, that's going to be drying, but I think we can pull out our journal cards. We want to put a tab on this one. I think we'll just do this one at the center. I think that'll be fine. Or maybe we want this, do we want it off to the side a little bit? Let's see where, if we put this guy in there. There's a little bit of curve to this pocket, so we might have to trim. This one's going to have to get trimmed just a hair. Okay, that's much better. Still a tight fit, but I think I'm going to trim this a little. Let's see. We'll trim this top part here because I want it to go into the pocket all the way. And I want just the tab to be sticking out. So, okay, that's going to work. Now, where do we want the tab? don't think it matters. I think we can do it fairly centered, so we'll just make it work. I think, you know, right about in the center. So let's get that glue on here. And glue's clogging up again. If I put my pin back in right away, it wouldn't happen, but I forget as we're working. I'm just kind of spreading the glue out rather than putting more on there. Okay. Let's get, because I trimmed this, let me just make sure we're inked up on the edges that I trimmed. It's one thing I definitely forget to do is to ink my edges. We can get this card so people will know that this has a, you know, a journaling card in it by the tab there. Okay, and now we get our other journaling card, which I had a weight sitting on, and we took this guy. It's still drying, so I'm just being kind of fragile with things, you know. I don't want to bump my lace, and I definitely could, you know, cut this down a bit. But, you know, so when you're looking down here, these tabs look like part of the pattern. And the thought would be to pull this one, right? Well, because this one's center. And since that doesn't give, that one doesn't come out, the unlikely one would be this, which is now going to pull out our secret journaling spot. Our hidden journaling spot that Janine Manson told me about, or gave me the idea to do more of. So hopefully I'll come up with some more of these little ideas to share, and we'll use them as we go along. So that's it. That's we've got our journaling spot here. And you could even, let's see, where's my little Timmy Holtz characters? You know, we could put, you could still put more stuff in there and, you know, fill it full. These are like, you know, these little things you get at carnivals. That gal looks like she's having a good time. You could fill this pocket with other things, but for me, this is an idea book, and this is the idea, and I think we executed it successfully. So we will call that good. All right, so I will see you guys next time on Tuesday. Tuesday is my Tuesday trash rehash. That is where we take things that might have hit the bin and we try to make them into something beautiful, or at least artistic, and call it good. So I will be doing that every Tuesday. I've had a lot of requests for things to be done with actual junk. For junk journaling. Junk journaling is a term that certainly means something different for a number of people. So some people work with kits for their junk journals, which I do as well. But I will definitely try to bring in more of the actual junk to make things with. So we'll grow on that together. All right, you guys, I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me today and sticking it through all my ups and downs with this. This was a great idea, and I think it executed successfully in the end. I just, you know, eyelash trim's always a pain, but I love it so much I can't stop using it. All right, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.